What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be doing a complete arm blaster using, guess what, no equipment. So for this video right here, I'm going to be using a substitute for dumbbells or anything like that for training the biceps, because unless you have a pull-up bar, there's no other way to train your biceps effectively. It's always best to use dumbbells if you have access to some, or a barbell, easy bar, something like that, or even a pull-up bar like I said. But for this video right here, I'm going to be using bags of rice. So these are simply 3.63 kilograms. Together they're about 7 kilograms, so that's good enough weight. You know, when you convert it to pounds, it's about, I guess, 15 pounds roughly. We're going to be using all that weight together when training our biceps. Something else you could use for the bicep workouts in this routine is this. So this is just simply a soap or detergent container, so you make sure it's full if you're going to use one of these, or just grab milk jugs, water jugs, something that you can work with, something that's got handles that you can wrap a towel around, because we're going to be using a towel to make this a lot easier on us. Let me know down in the comment section if you have any questions about this workout right here. We're going to be targeting our triceps, our biceps, and you guessed it, our shoulders. So complete arm blaster, but we're going to be using the rice bags just for the bicep workouts, or at least most of the bicep workouts. But let's have some fun with this one. Don't forget to spam the likes on this one as always. Okay, for our first exercise, we've got some tricep dips. This one's really good for your triceps, building strength and size in them. So here's an easier alternative you can try if you can't do tricep dips. So just set your knees on the ground and do some incline push-ups. Simple as that. Okay, for our first bicep exercise here, we've got bicep curls, single arm. So we're gonna do it for 30 seconds on this arm, and then we're going to switch arms and do it again for another 30 seconds after taking a break of 30 seconds in between. So we're going to do this in about 13 seconds here. Just make sure you're controlling your motion. Don't rush through it. Slow is better when you're using something like this, you know, the rice bags. For exercise number 4, we've got rocking plank. So you want to get into a low plank position for this one and just rock with your toes back and forth. This one should hit your shoulders or your deltoids while you're going back and forth, as well as your core, but a lot more focus on your shoulders for this one right here. So do this for 30 seconds and then we're good to go on to the next one. Our next exercise here is diamond push-ups. This is probably my favorite type of push-up to do, especially when targeting the triceps. You can always set your knees on the floor for an easier alternative of this workout. Just make sure you're doing the same thing, just with your knees on the floor this time as opposed to not. Okay, next up we've got another bicep workout that also targets the forearm. So this time we're doing single hammer curl. So this is A, which just means the first arm, which you're going to alternate and switch after 1 minute. So 30 seconds of this workout, 30 seconds in between, and then 30 seconds of the other arm. Okay, for our next exercise, we've got some balance planks. So right here, you're going to need some balance for this one, as you can see. So shoulder taps mixed in with some plank. If you can't do regular planks, just set your knees down and, just do it. It still puts pressure on your shoulders because you're working with your upper body right there. For our ninth exercise, we've got some plank step-ups. For this one, you want to make sure you're alternating what arm you're stepping up and down with each time. This will help you avoid building uneven muscles. So you also want to set your knees down if you're finding it difficult, as an easier alternative to the regular plank. number 10. We're halfway through now. So reverse knuckle push-ups. This one's great for targeting all sections of your arms. I'm talking all the way from your triceps to your biceps and your shoulders. And just like the rest of the push-ups and the plank workouts, all you have to do for an easier alternative is set your knees down. So you want to make sure that you're doing this and getting your chest as low as possible each time. Up next, we've got one that's great for building your shoulder strength as well as training your core, which is just your abs. So all you have to do is walk out all the way until your back is basically straight, or when you're in a high plank position, and then just walk right back and stand right up. That's all you have to do for this one. Do that for 30 seconds and then we move on to the next one. Okay, what we've got next is a plank workout right here. Plank step up X arm raise. So this one's a double step up and a single arm step down. So you step up with both of your hands and then you pull backwards and then you do arm raises. Make sure you lift your arm as high as your shoulders each time. Just make sure when you're doing the easier alternative, you just set your knees on the ground to make it easier for yourself. But that's it for that one right there. More bicep workouts for our next one. We've got double bicep curl. So usually you want to make sure that you're lifting with heavier bags than the one I've got in the video, but that's what I have. 15 pounds worth of rice. So go ahead and grab whatever weights you can. You can grab a backpack and load it up with a bunch of weights, a bunch of different things. Use whatever you can find and get creative with this one. But go ahead and do this one for another 5 seconds here. Exercise number 14 here is a little difficult. Elevated pike push-up. If it's tough for you, don't worry, there's going to be an easier alternative, as you can see right here. This one is not as effective for hitting your shoulders, obviously, but the other one's a little tougher. So do this one if that one's a little tougher for you. But go ahead and make sure you're doing it with your shoulders as low as possible. So lower your body as much as you can. got some more push-ups for the next one. Army push-up. This one is great for your tricep as well as your chest, obviously, but we're more focused on our tricep here. As always, for the easier alternative, you want to set your knees down on the floor. Make sure you're bringing your chest as low as possible and keep your elbows tucked to your sides. That's how you focus on your triceps more than your chest. For our next one here, we've got some concentration curls. You want to make sure that you're lowering the bags or whatever you're using as much as you can. And if you only have one bag, that's even better because you don't have to hold them like I am in the video. But if you have two or multiple bags, you hold them all together and just curl them. So just curl them as much as you can. Make sure it's slow and controlled. Switch at 15 seconds and then just keep going. That's all you have to do for this one. Alright, at number 17, we're almost done here. Plank side to side walk. This one targets your shoulders or your deltoids, whichever one you like to call it. And for the easier alternative, all you have to do is set your knees down like every single other workout we've done so far, at least most of them so far. So for this one, you want to make sure that you're walking out wide as much as you can, so side to side. Just one step, move your leg at the same time as you're moving your arm. At number 18, we have box step-ups. One of my favorite for targeting the triceps without any other equipment, but something that's elevated, an elevated surface. So there's also an alternative version for this one. What you want to do is just incline push-ups, with your knees on the floor. While doing any of these, you want to lower your upper body as much as you can because that's where the most of the body weight that you're going to be putting on your triceps is going to come from. We're almost at the finish line right here. This is exercise number 19, inward curls. So grab your rice bags or whatever it is you're using and just curl them. So you're going to switch hands after 15 seconds with one arm. So for these ones, make sure you keep your elbows in place. Don't flare them all over the place. You also want to make sure that you're not rushing through these exercises. You're curling and, respecting time under tension for these bicep workouts to work. For our last but not the least workout, we have some more planks. Side plank X arm raise. So we're going to be alternating and switching sides while doing this one right here. So there's also an easier alternative you can do right here. All you have to do is a regular high plank, straight plank, just as you can see on the screen right now. For this one, you want to make sure that you keep your back straight if you're doing, the alternative. But if you're doing a regular one, just make sure you're twisting slowly and controlling yourself.